Greetings, everyone. I am Anwander Nomrin from A Pace to Fear God, and this is Verse Breakdown. The verse for today is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4, where Jesus Christ had stated, "But man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word which proceedeth out of the mouth of God." He was quoting Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 8 in verses 2 and 3, where he advised the Israelites to not care about those physical things. Not care means to not lay so much emphasis on them, because that was something that the Israelites were doing. They were caring more about their food. They cared more about what they were missing than what they were gaining spiritually. Jesus Christ was not like this, though. He reminded Satan, the devil, who was trying to convince him to kind of forget about what he came down to the earth to do and stuff, by telling him about the physical stuff that he wasn't really thinking about. But Jesus Christ said, no, it's not only the physical things that make human beings live, but it's also the spiritual stuff. And what is that spiritual stuff that we should care about more than the physical things? It's the truth, the Word of God, which is powerful. If we read Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12, which we, by the way, have a separate verse breakdown on, and those words are spirit and life. John chapter 6 verse 63, and also John chapter 12 verse 50. And Jesus Christ, when teaching us to pray, have told us to pray for daily bread. If we read that Matthew chapter 6 verse 11, what is that daily bread? It is once again the truth, the thing that makes us live spiritually. That is why the church, having assemblies and stuff like that, was created. It was created to serve that purpose of us getting fed of the truth. If we read Hebrews chapter 10 and verses 24 and 25. When we lay emphasis on physical stuff, God isn't really happy with us, because those are things that we could just go ask from our neighbor when we're competing on who can ride the best cars, who can eat the best food, who has the most water in the house. So whatever it is, those are physical stuff that don't really matter all that much. If we are scarce on any of those things, there are people who we can talk to, and they're not very rare. They're quite common. But of course, the spiritual things are not so. And Jesus Christ spoke of this in Matthew chapter 6 from verses 25 to 32. And there are examples in the Bible of people who had put a lot of emphasis on those physical stuff and people who did not. For example, Martha paid attention to the food that Jesus Christ and his peers were going to eat in Luke chapter 10 from verses 38 to 42. There was a message that Jesus Christ was preaching that they could have been blessed by, but Martha said, they have to eat. Eating is very important. You need to get your daily calories and stuff. But when she had missed the message and even wanted Mary to come and join her, Jesus Christ said, "Martha, Martha, you worry about many things. Mary just listened to the message and was blessed by everything that I have just said, but you missed it and even wanted your sister to come and join you in what you were doing." Mary took the best part of the situation. And St. Paul spoke of this in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 31. We can contrast this with King Solomon, who, when God gave him the opportunity to pray for whatever he wanted, he didn't ask for riches, he didn't ask for honor, he didn't ask for the land of the Gentiles or their women or their riches or anything else. No, he asked for wisdom because of two things. One, he was interested in ruling God's nation successfully, and he himself wanted to live in righteousness because he wanted to live spiritually, and that was why he asked for wisdom. And if we look at it from verses 16 to 28 of that 1 Kings chapter 3, that was where the wisdom actually manifested, because he could judge a case, a spiritual case, with the wisdom that he'd asked for. That is the benefit of looking for spiritual stuff, spiritual bread, which Jesus Christ personifies. If we read John chapter 6 verse 51, instead of just going for the physical stuff that ideally we shouldn't really be worrying about. And to conclude, St. Paul had told us that when we mind physical things, it's death, but when we mind spiritual things, it's life. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And that's where I'm going to stop on discussing the verse Matthew chapter 4 verse 4, where once again Jesus Christ had stated, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you.